Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know.
Hola, bon dia, alegria, Munson here with the Good Morning Portugal show, the podcast, and of course, the Portugal Club, which you can join at gmpvip.com. We're learning Portuguese. We've just embarked on our 30-day European Portuguese challenge with Maria. A little bit of help from Vitor. Not too late to join us. We started that yesterday. So if you'd like to join us and get lots of support and have fun learning conversational Portuguese, not that tricky grammar-based classroom stuff, but having some fun, hanging out, making new friends, learning Portuguese, join us at gmpvip.com. Now, Reverend M. McGowan was talking about human lighthouses, and new to the show this morning is Rafael Chang, who I believe is a human lighthouse in the world of real estate. Let's give him a nice big round of applause and bring him onto the screen. Hola, bon dia, Rafael. Tudo bem?
Bom dia, bom dia. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having me, Carl. Very excited.
It is so good to meet you. We've met across the internet as colleagues at the agency, and it's my delight and pleasure to introduce you this morning as of course, a top real estate agent and consultant at the agency, and to find out what your little niche is. Well, probably big niche, in fact. The bit that you love, the geographical area, your expertise in real estate, and perhaps a little look at your portfolio of properties and maybe a favorite that you can share with us. But first of all, Rafael, we want to find out more about you. You're fresh in from Brazil, I understand.
I am. I just came back from travels yesterday. I still have a time difference of 4 hours, which means that if I woke up at 6 a.m. here, it meant 2 a.m. back in Brazil. So I'm still a little bit jet lagged.
Well, it's very good of
but
you to be
nonetheless,
here.
very excited to be in the show.
Well, it's great, good of you to be here with that jet lag going on. How was Brazil? What was it like to be over there? Was it your first visit?
No, it wasn't. I was actually born and raised in Brazil.
Were
So
you?
for me, it's going back home.
Oh, right.
And it was quite nice to go back, visit family, get to see some acquaintances, friends. And one of the things that surprised me was how strong the ties between Brazil and China are nowadays.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, everywhere I went, I could see these Chinese electric cars. I could see
Really?
several Chinese supermarkets popping up, restaurants.
Which
It was
bit of
quite
Brazil are we
amazing.
talking about? Which part of the vast country of Brazil are we talking about?
Yeah, I was in São Paulo,
Okay.
São Paulo. So I think that the Chinese have discovered Brazil.
Yes.
It was quite nice to see that.
That's amazing, isn't it? Of course, the great BRICS phenomenon, B for Brazil, C for China, and you're really seeing this. There's something really phenomenal going on, is there, at the moment?
Yes, there is. I think these two countries complement well each other. Brazil being a huge country with lots of natural resources is a great fit for China, who is voraciously in demand for all of these
Yes.
products. So
Absolutely. Yeah, amazing. Incredible times geopolitically, and very interesting to hear your angle on that, fresh back from Brazil. Where do you see that going? I mean, you're here to talk about yourself, the agency, and your work as a real estate agent, but this is fascinating, if you'll permit me for a moment. Where do you see this relationship going and the rise of the BRICS countries?
I think that the rise is a very strong one. I don't see these countries going away very anytime soon.
No way.
I would even say that if even being here in Portugal, we can feel the influence of the Chinese, of the Brazilians, of all of these countries that are growing very fast.
No question.
If anything, Brazil is an indicator of what will come to Europe very soon. So, regardless of which industry we are at, whether that's real estate and retail and wholesale, I think that these countries are investing heavily, and they are here to work with us. Very sooner or later, we'll be all working with the Chinese, Russians, Indians, and so on and so forth.
When you say it's coming here, what do you mean? How will that manifest, do you think? Because, we have to, we as Europeans, I speak as a European, although I've got a mixed heritage, with some connection to the Far East. But, if you like, I identify as a European. I live in Europe, and something very interesting is going on. Europe needs to be thinking about its future in the world, doesn't it? It's been dominant as a culture, as a paradigm, as a geopolitical force for centuries. And there's a change in the air. Something's going on, and we need to have intelligent conversations about that. And I heard you say, something's coming, if you like, something's being brought to Europe. How would you identify or sort of personify that?
Yeah, I think it starts all with some natural migration. So we are already seeing that in Portugal. We see people from different countries coming to Portugal. They are looking for a different life, perhaps a better life than the ones that they had in their countries of origin. Now, having said that, it's not easy to transition to a new country,
Right.
uh, let alone speaking the language, incorporating the different ways of the customs.
Mm.
And I think that being here in the underground, speaking Portuguese and Mandarin, English, Spanish, I think that helps make that connection for
Yes.
people who are willing to come to Portugal.
Yeah, so you're an advocate of picking up the local lingo, getting straight into that, and making sure you meet the culture with some readiness and openness to embracing the language first and foremost, because you learn so much about the culture by learning the language, obviously, and you may well be supporting in our efforts to help people speak more conversational Portuguese.
Yes, yes, I definitely can, and it's quite funny, Carl. Whenever I am in restaurants, I am in different places here in Portugal, people tend to speak with me in English, and only after the second and third trial they realize, oh, he does speak Portuguese. And then I reply back and I joke that he also speaks Portuguese, he or she, and they laugh, they
Well,
laugh
I
at
can
that.
imagine that appeals to the Portuguese sense of humor, which it sounds like you and I both love. Fantastic. Well, there's a bit about you. May I ask how long you've been in Portugal, where you are, and how much you're loving being here?
Yeah, yeah. I've been here in Portugal for 4 years now.
Right.
We moved in 2021 when the pandemic was ending.
Yeah.
We left Brazil. Brazil was in disarray back then. It got much better, but with two small kids, we wanted to give them access to the European education, and that's why we moved 4 years ago.
Interesting.
And and when we moved here, excuse me, we even speaking Portuguese, we felt a little bit lost on the rules, on reading all the laws and how to buy houses. I mean, it was a little bit it was a little bit complicated.
Mm.
Uh, 4 years go by, and now I know exactly what to do and who to talk to, and and precisely this is the type of service that I want to share with people who are coming here to Portugal.
Fabulous. And presumably you've realised that the Portuguese people are equally confused about all of these things as well.
Yes, that's right. I know that's absolutely right. You're right, spot on, Carl.
Yes.
Sometimes the Portuguese, when they want to sell a house, and I ask them all the documents that they need to send to me. Sometimes they don't know about the document, or they are confused, and so
Yes.
it's not only the expats, the Portuguese are also confused by all of this.
Absolutely. I didn't know I needed that. Well, I need to make it really clear about what's being sold here. Well, yeah, that would really help. But I suppose that's a kind of global thing as well, isn't it? Especially if people haven't done it before. But there you are. You're there to help. It sounds like people trying to find property as well as the sellers who want to sell their properties. You're right there. And you can help them in Portuguese, English, and Mandarin by the sound of it, which makes you
Exactly.
pretty amazing guy as far as I'm concerned. Let's have a look at your portfolio on the agency. Have you been in real estate for quite a long time?
I've been in real estate since December of last year, but
Oh, right. Okay. So you're quite fairly new
but
to it.
I'm fairly new to it. But at the same time, I've been buying and selling properties for several years now. So it's
Okay.
not that I'm entirely new to the industry,
Yes.
but more formally since December of last year.
Right.
And I do have our family Airbnbs that we operate here in Cascais.
Oh,
So
amazing.
even if people are coming from abroad, they're looking for a place to stay, and even if they buy a property and they want to get a return on that, I can help the
Oh,
entire spectrum.
that's great to know. That's really good to know from the point of view of staying in wonderful Kashkash, and also getting into that business as well. That's really helpful. Thank you, Rafael. The first
Yeah,
takeaway for us this morning. And here's your current portfolio at the agency here. This is your profile here, and I'll make sure people have this link in the comments and in the description of the video. And here
thank
you
you.
are. Which of these would you like us to showcase in particular, or would you, or should we look across the board? I mean, you've got things like a cork factory. How on earth?
Yes, yes, I do. I do. And this is interesting, Carl.
Right.
I do have a Wharton MBA
Oh, okay.
that
Right.
I got in 2009.
Yes.
And this makes me a person that really likes to delve into numbers, into business.
Yeah.
When I discuss business with people, it's very straightforward. It's basically
What
how
natural?
much I need to invest,
Yeah.
how long does it how does this business make money,
Yeah.
when should I expect to recover my investment, and for and what is the return on investment. So
Yes.
all of these questions I can answer through different businesses that I'm selling. Of course, if one looks at my portfolio of properties and business to sell, I'm not limited to only those. If
Yeah.
someone
Fair
looks
enough.
at broadly on all of the listings at the agency, I can represent well.
Yeah, well, that's the
Uh,
beauty of the agency, isn't it? Sorry, I'm doing a slideshow of a cork factory here, but it's absolutely fascinating, isn't it? I mean, this is the sort of thing. If somebody wanted to come in and work in a traditional Portuguese business, there's nothing more traditional, really, in many ways, than Portuguese cork. An amazing, this country is an amazing supplier to the whole world of cork products,
yeah,
and this would be a way of having a D2 visa and coming in and really making a contribution to commercial life and industry here in Portugal, for example.
yeah. You're absolutely right. I mean, this core company is managed by a family, and they produce what it's
Amazing.
called the synthetic cork, not the
Oh, okay.
natural one.
Right.
These ones are more affordable. They can last longer, and uh, they don't influence on the taste of the wine,
Oh,
uh,
yeah, that's an interesting
different
point.
from the natural corks that might or might not influence the taste.
Yes,
Uh, it's a very interesting business to visit.
I bet.
It's in they do have quite a few machines that are very new, very well maintained, and honestly, it's a great price for whoever is looking to enter into the cork business. From what I understand, there's only a handful of these business in Portugal and in the world.
Yeah,
So
incredible.
if let's say a Chinese, Brazilian, Russian company or American wants to get into the cork business, that this is a great opportunity.
Amazing, amazing. You'd be happy to help them do that. Now, let's move from industry to residential. Which of these beauties? I mean, I think it's fair to say, Raphael, you're kind of high end, aren't you?
I am more on the high end, but I do work with all different price points. So
Right.
if
Okay.
someone is looking for a house of 500K, 700K, I can help as well.
Yeah.
So I want to demystify the idea that the agency only works with high-end properties. I think we work with all sort of properties, all sort of demands.
Yes.
There's one property that is particularly interesting. This one is a great one,
You
Carl.
know what? It's funny. Great minds are thinking alike, perhaps this morning. My eye
Yeah.
is caught by this beauty here. So tell us about this.
Yeah, so this is a property in Grandola. It's a plot
Oh my word!
that has already an approved boutique hotel project. It's a beauty.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, this is we do have a lot of plots available in Portugal, but not a lot with approved projects and not a lot with this type of quality. It's greatly priced. It's well done. There's a project already approved. So if someone
Are these
buys this,
visualizations? Are these visualizations or are these
yeah,
actual
these are
photos?
the 3D renderings
Okay,
that the architect produced,
beautiful.
and
Oh,
it's
I
a
see.
property that it's one of a kind in Grândola.
Where
It's
is
only going
Grândola? Where is Grândola?
Grândola. Well, Grândola is in Alentejo.
Yeah,
It's one of the areas in Portugal that is rich in their cuisine. It's more
beautiful.
inland, and it's only 15 minutes from a nearby beach called Carvalhal.
Yeah,
So this is it's very beautiful. There's actually a few century-old olive trees in
yeah,
this plot, which means that whoever owns this plot can leave those olive trees there, make it a grand entrance
yeah.
for this
I love
boutique
it.
hotel.
And so, okay, we're looking at the cost for the land, basically, but with approval that goes with that land for a project of this kind. Is that right?
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I
It's
absolutely love this place.
it's very nice. I would say it's you don't get a lot of very nice complete projects like this for only 1.1
Yeah.
in land. So if you're interested, feel free to reach out.
There you go, Agency Portugal or the agencyportugal.com, and you'll find Rafael hyphen Chang there at the directory of agents and consultants. And Rafael will be delighted to help you there. It's been great talking to you. It's flown by this morning. This is your first of many, I hope, in a monthly residency here, Rafael. Anything else that I've forgotten to ask you, or that you would like to share with our viewers and listeners here on the Good Morning Portugal show?
Yeah, I think there's one point that I wanted to emphasize. Moving to Portugal is a great decision, but equally as important is to get the right partner to help out.
Hmm.
Uh, and I guess that's the same everywhere. I would say, but finding the right partner to help you make this transition, find the right accountants, get the best support for your real estate move. I think it's very important so that you start with the right feet in this beautiful country.
Yeah, and clearly you've done all of that, so you know what you're talking about, and you can help people in that way.
Yes. I've I would say I've gone through my share of hardships in the beginning, which no one has to go through.
Right.
Having the right information, accessing the right people will save you lots of headaches.
Amazing. It sounds amazing what you've done in just 4 years, Rafael. So it's a pleasure to chat with you this morning, and look forward to speaking to you again in early August, where we'll feature another property again and catch up with you and talk more about the the geopolitical situation and the specifics here in Portugal. Great to speak to you. A bon dia to you. Have a great day. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ciao, ciao. See
Take
you
care.
soon. Bye for
Ciao,
now.
ciao.
In Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts.